Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And Shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And this is a quick sit-down lesson on this March 19th, 2022, on this Saturday afternoon. And the title of this quick sit-down lesson is going to be, for today is, second woe is past, behold, third woe coming quickly. And we are in those times of World War III is right at the doorstep, as we seeing all these events take place on the planet Earth today, modern day. And this is a news article right here. It's ALBAWABA.com. This was in the Salakia, it said the highlight of this news article, and it reads, 40,000 Syrian troops join Russian army to fight in the Ukraine war. Even though this is like, we heard news from this like last week. Now going into this week, I believe they already being deployed over there, And article reads, reports are coming in that able-bodied Arab missiles, because Arabs is a mixed multitude, they're Ishmael, according to the biblical scriptures, are registering to fight on the side of Russia and Ukraine. It says they are preparing to go to war in front. It says Russia recruit thousands of Syrians to fight in Ukraine. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. It says Russia recruits thousands of Syrians to fight in Ukraine. It says social media platforms are carrying the news thick and fast. More than 40,000 Syrians are enlisting to fight in Russia's war in the Ukraine. That they are standby by some have already left. And this goes into the increase of wars and rumors of wars as well too. It's not going to be all out real quick, very fast World War III, because Yahweh Shemel Shai, he does these things. He put these things into motion, and it says the piece of the news information is being provided by the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which is the SOHR, which have been monitoring the bloody war in Syria since started in 2011, right? Because you still got tensions going on over there in Syria as well too, and you got Russia military artillery over there as well too. They got Russian fighter jets flying over there in Syria as well too, So you got commotion and tensions, which is war like related, still going on in that region over there as well too. And it says why 40,000 Syrians sign up to fight for Russia in Ukraine. It says the Syrian Observatory says the first of arrival are already on the Ukraine border and set to actively join the war, the part of Russia. It adds these are not voluntary, have been promised a salary. Salaki. And continuing on, it says the directory of the UK-based monitor is performing the piece of news. He implied the 40,000 figure is just the beginning, and more fighters are likely to enlist on the side of the Russians and the longer the war is going on. It says the observatory reported that the enlist fighters are being promised a monthly salary of $1,100 to partake in the fight in Ukraine. So yeah, that goes back into the World wars and rumors of wars, and I'm gonna bring out that scripture as well too. So you're gonna see the increase of these tensions amount of these other nations. You might have nations that's allies that click up with them to join the current tensions, what's going on in that region, and these are the times that we're living in. The increase of the wars and rumors of wars. Second war is past. We hold the third war coming quickly. And I'm bringing out the scripture of the increase, of the wars and rumors of wars, And a lot of these wars are going to start to come to reality, Even though it's going to be a lot of rumors in the news as well, too. That's rumor of a war related. And some of them is coming to pass as being a reality of wars and rumors of wars. And this is scripture that I'm about to bring out. This is the book of Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Say that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, right? Because all these things need to come to pass. Because the man of the Lord is going to know these things, and we continue to grow in the truth and know these things before it happens, because this was written before our time, a long time ago, and it's starting to show itself, For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? Because the end is not yet, because more prophecies still need to come to pass as well, too. Because, this current situation over there in Ukraine is not the end of all wars. It's more still to come, because we are working on the cycle of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. He runs the show. He could control things, He slowed tensions down and he stirred back up, And verse 7 in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7, it reads, for nation shall rise against nation. We're seeing that right now, as I brought that news article out. And other parts around the world too, that's war type related. And for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And verse 8, and these are the beginning of sorrows, right? Because these are the beginning stages in the footstool processes of beginning of sorrows as it's starting to increase on the planet Earth, just like the upwards of the people. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, earthquakes in diverse places. And I did previous videos on that recently with the earthquakes in Algeria. Those two earthquakes over there in Japan, 7.4 and a 5.5 magnitude earthquakes. These are many different signs of the times that we are currently living in, and it's going to continue to increase because these are the beginning of sorrows, in that digital currency, the all-out digital currency that's going to come into full effect right along with the World War III. It's going to be right alongside with it, because we are getting to those stages of that, and these are the beginning of sorrows, because you're going to see a lot of more events coming on the planet Earth, because these are biblical prophecies as we're seeing it right before our eyes, And I'm going to bring out that Revelations 11 and 14 to close out this quick sit-down lesson for today on this Saturday afternoon. Even though this is the same article that I just brought out last week I did a sit-down lesson on it. Now it's starting to increase of those able-bodied Ishmaelites ready to fight alongside with those Idumean Russians over there, which is, I believe it's in the 4th or 5th week of those wars going on over there in Ukraine, This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14, and it reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, right? Third woe coming quickly. And we are seeing the stages, in the beginning stages of that. And it's going to increase, right along with the MOTB, with the digital currency, because the dollar, the paper dollar is not going to, it ain't going to be no more value. Just like I believe that brother GMS Watchmen, that brother over there, he did a video about, those Jamaicans over there. They did they're starting to implementing, and they starting the beginning stages of that digital currency. So that's coming to pass as well too, and we're starting to see the steps and process of that. Everything is going to be full, all-out digital currency. Because even though digital currency is already here, but once it be fully implemented, that's when that Revelations 13 and verse 16 through 17 verse comes in, and there's going to be that hour of temptation as well too. If you down with this Idumean system, this agenda, this propaganda, in order to buy or sell, gotta have that stuff implemented in your body. That's gonna be another prophecies that's be coming as well too, gonna be coming to pass, And so with that, I hope this quick sit-down lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. Until next time, I will say shalom.